Welcome to the top 8 plus the grand finale plus the top deck list by watching as long as you can, commenting, subscribing, and all that good stuff. That supports the videos greatly. With that said, Hajime.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
I'll get some notifications in a bit. Thank you very much. Rykart grabbing Arrival. Arrival can reborn a monster from the graveyard. We got Light Hearts. Light Heart adding the Field Spell adding the Acro Special Summoning. It's good to have a level 3 Scareclaw in the graveyard because only then the Tri-Heart could reborn it from the grave. It must target a level 3 to reborn. It can't reborn a Rykart. But we're adding a Rykart from the deck anyway. And now back to you. Acro boosting up the Tri-Heart. Tri-Heart forcing every monster the opponent controls and your own into defense. And we're unaffected from monsters that are in defense. We're going to be Pot of Peeing, digging deep for Harpy Feather Duster to wipe out that Crossout Designate. Goodbye, Crossout Designate. Designate is going to declare Kurikara a dead card for us because it's never really going to be activatable here. Now, with the Fossil Dyna being stuck in defense, what do? We're going to Herald of the Abyss, sending the indestructible Tri-Heart because we could have banished the Arrival from the graveyard to protect it. And we are now backed up by the decisive battle of Golgonda. Golgonda is going to make you afraid to destroy anything on the field because it will protect it from destruction by sending an Entis to the grave. Now, the Herald of the Abyss, again, not destroying, sending to the graveyard. We're going to put the Moon Shield back on top of the deck. Fenrir is going to be able to banish the Golgondo off of the field. Damn, we're really popping off. Now we have the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, negating dark monsters activating on the field or in the grave. The banish or hand is still okay. Scareclaw Kashtira banishing for the graveyard. We have lethal damage. Let's go. Enough for game, not even bothering with the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. And just like that, Scareclaw Kashtira for game. An interesting quick duel. Let's hop into game number 2. Switching this up, Pot of Pee, digging deep. Come to me, Inspector Border is what I'd be thinking. Inspector Border is here. Neither player can activate monster effects unless the number of monster effects that player has previously activated that turn is less than the number of monster card types currently on the field. Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, Pendulum, and Link. And there you go. Now you know what the card does. Very easy. We've got double Solemn Judgment. We could have negated that summon if we want to. We can negate the Link summon of the Lightheart since it is activatable. Minus 400. No. Necro Valley makes it so you can't interact with the graveyard. You can't banish cards. You can still activate cards in the graveyard. You're not going to be able to summon or banish or move cards. Card of Demise. We're first going to deal 2,000 damage. Then Demise, draw 3 into Ecclesia. Ecclesia search for Dogmatic Punishment, which we happen to draw with the card Demise. Dogmatica punishing the Fenrir, sending a Sprint. Is Sprint actually doing something with your deck? If it weren't for the Inspector Border, you would add a Springens or Fallen Albaz from your deck. Okay, add or special. Card Demise, draw 3, drawing into a Fossil Dyna, equipping a Moon Shield onto it. Not only can you not activate monster effects, but you cannot special summon. 2100 defense would be enough if it weren't for the Moon Shield boosting up the Fossil Dyna to perfectly be 100 over your largest stat. And just like that, lethal damage. Interesting. All right. Let's go. But when stun goes second, what do? Clockwork Knight, turn everything into machine. Do we have any weird synergy with that? No Cyber Dragon nonsense to then fuse with their extra monster zone? We do not. We really just using Clockwork for the attack and the reduction in the boost? I guess turning everything into machine, then playing there could be only one is also something good. And turning the opponent's monsters into machine could be disruptive to some decks like Swordsoul that requires a worm-type monster to make a lot of their monsters. Oh my gosh. We have negate a monster, pop 2 cards on the field. Your monsters are forced into defense. We negate any monster we battle into with the Scareclaw thanks to the Kashtira Scareclaw. This is a situation. Time Tearing Morganite. Okay, Pot of E, the first thing we have to activate within the main phase. Also, Dyna, Time Tearing Morganite, we could summon twice. We also draw 2 every turn. Everything's a machine. If a card would be destroyed, we could protect it from destruction. Fossil Dyna, Inspector Border. The Gorgondo's gonna protect. Uh-oh. Sending the Brygrand. I think we had to wait. It's a hard once per turn protection, so you want to trick them into protecting and then pop 2 afterward. That was a massive mistake. Imperm, you know, there's a lot of cards set, and we did set into the column. Field Spell, because there's 3 monsters in defense, we're going to destroy the border, but then protect it with the Golgondo, which will send a Brygrand. All right, we are going to be reborning the Astra. That is our 1 monster effect per turn. Without activating a monster effect, we're going to special summon, and we do have the continuous effect of, which one is it? Multiple attacks, piercing battle damage. We got 4 attacks. Attack number 1. Attack number 2, you are completely negated. You're getting pierced. You're getting attacked number 3. Attack number 4. Attack number 5 for game with Scareclaw Kashtira while in defense. Just like that. Despite misusing the Twin Saw, popping nothing on the fields, that was incredible duel for Scareclaw. And just like that, stun has been knocked out. I think we passed. Completely just nothing. We're not doing anything. No, I meet you. We're not going to even search. Let's go. Unexplored Winds is going to fix our hand a bit. Returning 2 Winged Beast to draw 2. Dimension Shifter, not activatable, but it could be. Had we not activated the duality and we had a Scry, Scry could have banished the Maxi, then we could have shifted. What the heck is going on? We have Book of Eclipse to flip the whole field face down, which we may want to do on the normal summon. A Chi-Chi Search, flip it down, but it's a special summon. So do we flip down a special summon? I don't think so, especially after adding a Purrely. We can't flip down links, so when do we get flipping? Do we flip on the Dark Templar? Before Dark Templar, they could summon a Wind Pegasus to destroy the Book of Eclipse. That is a situation. We have Idol Reborn, reborning the Purrely. We still have our normal summon. We're going to banish search our deck for what would be the Bururu if we didn't have it already. We're going to search Sigma instead. Link Decoder, which will reborn on the summon of the Transcode Talker, but then we'll be blocking the Ignister Island, but we could go into a Dark Templar right here, right now. Thus, the most opportune moment to flip the field face down is going to be after we make the Infant. Infants, we have nothing to chain link block this. We can't activate the Book of Eclipse. Summon 1, 2, 3. Flip it all down. But then he could still make an Access Code Talker. That is something. There we go. Get flipping, exactly what we were describing. Into the Access Code Talker, wiping up the field as the Unexplored Winds will be able to fix the hand next turn. We do not want to have that. Get popping. We can't summon the Sigma. Well, we can't special summon the Sigma. We still had our normal summon. 6,300 damage. Okay. Eglin Search. We have nothing banished because our Toucan was face down. We're going to be reborning the Gachiri, making the Heat Soul unaffected from everything, potentially drawing into a hand trap here. No good. Flip it all up, draw 3, drawing into an Ash. I think Floowandereeze is done. Yeah, that's not playable. That's nothing. Swinging into his own death, and we are going to be adding an I Meet You on the attack, taking this into a game 2. Ignister taking game 1. Floowandereeze just bricking. Yeah, that's what they do. If they're either overpowered or they do absolutely nothing. Out of E, banish 6. Get our draw 2. We both have Eclipse here. Gold Sark banishing from the deck. We could chain link block the Rabina from an Ash. We probably would have used Ash on the Book of Eclipse anyway. Adding the Eglin. But while you block the Rabina, you then have nothing to block the Eglin unless you chain the Advent of Adventure to then chain link block with the Toucan. Again, Ash on the Eclipse would have been the play, but it's still good to be mindful of this. Empen get searching, Rabina get blocking. Come to me from the deck, Dreaming Town. Or the map, because we could add the Dreaming Town with the Toucan. Field Toucan, banish the Dreaming Town, add the Dreaming Town. Now on the opponent's normal summon, the field spell will be activating to normal summon Rabina. We also have the Dreaming Town to use it whenever we want within the main phase to perform that additional summon. DD Crow against the Sigma. That is a problem. Circular is now not going to be searching for the equation unless we special summon the subtraction. Reducing the Empen, and it's time to Dreaming Town. Whoa, you summon Circular in attack position against an Empen, which stops it from activating. That's a problem. Eglin is going to add, and we're going to get ready to flip that field face down. What's up to Happy Grinch? Thank you for being here. Come forth and summon the Eglin. Eglin into the Snarl, not Apex Aviang. Okay, interesting. Flip it all down as the Rabina is going to go back to the hand. And what are our further plays? Book of Eclipsing, which the Avian could have negated. Okay. We're going to sign up mining, and then we're just getting the hell out of here. We have Chinook, which could straight up just negate a monster in the field or use up a Dark Fluid negate. And let's speed this up. What did we accomplish? Completely unaffected Firewall Singularity, and it could spin up to 2 cards on the field or graveyard back to the hand. It's Graveyard 2, right? Yep, Controller Graveyard. We have Firewall, which could spin 2 cards on the field or graveyard back to the hand. And we have Negate a Monster, Negate a Monster. That is the disruptions we have. Let's go. 4 disruptions plus being unaffected. Small World did not draw into a hand trap. Well, I mean, we have the Droll and Lockbird here, which is going to be quite disruptive. Droll them up, no more adding cards. We do have Chinook to attempt to negate something in the field. We're going to chain add a card before we can't add cards. The Magnificent Map, which is going to banish a card, not add a card. Chinook is going to force one of the Dark Fluid negates while still having another negate. We can't beat this. There's no way. Magnificent Map could make the Eglin chain link blocked from the Dark Fluid, but it can't even activate to add, and we're going to completely stop the hard once per turn effect of even being able to banish a card to then add it to the hand with the effect of the Singularity, which is a hard once per turn, not hard once while face up, which is what the Firewall Dragon is. So everything, all these cards, they're activatable again. Now, the Singularity can target cards. The Firewall Dragon can only target monsters. So targeting the cards we do, back to the hand you go. Open field, 14,000 damage on the field. And hot damn. Just like that, with an active monster negate for a potential hand trap. The new way to play Ignister. This is it. Are you ready? Vanquish Soul versus Swordsoul. Whose soul is better? Hajime. Oh, ye reveal a worm, summon our token. We are on ×2 speed. We got the Grandmaster Chainlink blocked by the Mo Yi, draw 1 and search. Got that Long Yun. Discarding the Vashuda, summon itself plus a token. We got the Baron to Floor for the Omni Negate alongside our Monster Negate. So Omni Negate plus Monster Negate plus a hidden impermanence, and we got to deal with the Max C. Can Vanquish Soul do it? We're not going to be negating a search for a Rise Heart. I mean, we have Theosis, so it does work with the Rise Heart here. This is not your normal Vanquish Soul deck. Who do we give credit to for the win? Did Vanquish Soul top or did Kashtira top? What is this deck? Grabbing a Fenrir. Summoning our Fenrir under the Maxi. Reveal the Rise Heart. Special summoning our Raisin in the same column as the Baron to Floor. activating to search. Chain flipping down. No, it's not flipping down. It's chaining to change the battle position, but flip down the Baron to floor or the Grandmaster non-targeting. Very good. And unfortunately, we cannot chain destroy the column because the card says you can't chain to its own effect. Triggering the Fenrir to force out the negate of the Grandmaster here. Negate. And we did not have a Borger nor Caesar Valius to chain spin back to dodge the impermanence, which we normally would have a way to play around it. Ash is going to negate the Theosis from summoning a unicorn from the deck. Alrighty. And then we are making Mad Love searching nothing. Nothing. Just Dust Devil was our only search. Swordsoul Taya banishing from the graveyard, giving us a token, giving us a Baxia, spinning 2 cards in the field, back in the deck. We didn't want to summon a Rock of the Vanquisher under the Maxi. Maxi really just messed up that duel. Hey, Maxi again. How nice. Conveniently activated where I cannot use my triple tactics talent. We're gonna stake our soul, reveal a fire into our Raisin, but we now can't go into Rock of the Vanquisher unless we want to give them a draw 1. Do we still go into Rock of the Vanquisher? Oh, he's still doing it. We got Rock of the Vanquisher, giving that additional draw, drawing into another Maxi. Add back the Raisin. Now, what are our disruptions here? Our disruptions are, if you are not summoning correctly, you should be summoning into the same column as the Fenrir to dodge the disruption of the Raisin, destroying the column. So that is a big situation there. The Rock of the Vanquisher could summon the Raisin and then search for a Dark, then reveal Fire and Dark to destroy the column. We also have the Dust Devil, which could flip up to 2 cards on the field face down. And then we have Fenrir, which could banish a monster or a face-up card after you activate a monster. So after the Long Yun, you could get banished and banish the token or the Long Yun. It's about triple disruption. Let's go. Ashuna, special summoning. That could trigger the Fenrir, but we passed. Maxi chain to the Vanquisher, special summoning from the hand here. In the same column as the Ashuna. As I said, you gotta summon in the same column as the Fenrir. Unless you just wanted them to use up their destruction column effect. Could have even summoned in the same column as the Link, forcing him to destroy his Link monster. Discard a Worm, summon Long Yun, summon the token. As I said, the Fenrir would be triggered here. We're gonna chain Heavenly Dragon Circle to dodge the banish. We still have a normal summon. But the problem is we only have 1 more disruption, and the Shathana, the Ecclesia, and the Taya, all 3 cards are plays. Now we do have another card, the Dr. Mad Love. We have to reveal a Dark and an Earth to return the token back to the hand. We have a Dark, we don't have Earth, thus we don't have another disruption. Not looking good for Vanquish Soul. Borger spin back. We could draw into a hand trap, maybe. No, not really. Baxia is going to spin 1 card on the field, forcing out the Dust Devil, as we could then special summon the Ecclesia. Still normal summon the Taya. I can't believe how many plays we have. We got Mo Yi, we got Taya. We went through all the disruptions without even summoning Taya or Mo Yi. Ashuna banish summon from the deck. Look at all the special summoning we're doing, yet we are the one maxing them turn 1 and turn 2. We have Grandmaster, activate, get search him. We already Long Yun, Mo Yi, draw a card. And grab Emergence, which could grab Protos. Protos could lock them out of, what do we lock them out of? Fire? Lock them out of Dark, Fire, Earth, Caesar Valius. There's the Protos. Taya is here. Now, Baxia is not hard once returned. Do we play another Baxia? Double Baxia, double spin. This time it's 2 cards. Taya's gonna send from the deck to the graveyard. We could set a card, pop a card, reborn a monster from the graveyard. Do we have lethal damage or what? Return back. We could pop the Baxia instead of setting a back row card, reborning the Edhara, Shokan into a Chao Fang. Now, light monsters cannot be activated. The shoot a spin back. We have, at the end of the main phase, special summoning the Scareclaw Kashtira. Haven't we not activated the Protoss yet? And we're still in the main phase? We pop you, and we have 8,000 damage. Just like that. What is a golden Kappa train? What, Geo? What is that? Lethal damage! Huh? You have a limited time to earn an exclusive golden Kappa?
What is that?
I don't know what the heck that is. Circular, sending Sigma. When do you ash? You don't ash Circular, you ash the Allenbert. So you let them grab the Superfactorial. They make the Allenbert. This is when you negate because they're trying to grab a Diameter, which they now only have one of. But still, some decks are only playing one. We have Call by the Grave anyway to negate that Ash. And we're going to get that Diameter right away. Let's go. Now, when you have a card like Lily with multiple card effect activations to add a card or exceed with the graveyard or the regular Purrely where more than one copy is activatable, that's when Signet Conflict gets crazy because cards with the same original name as that card that was banished cannot activate for the rest of the turn. So it's going to negate all copies of Lily or all copies of Purrely. Let's go. Ooh, Ash is negating the Deceive Worm being sent to the graveyard. Eight Soul's going to draw a card, though. Wait, did we finger the Ash? Yeah, that Ash is negated. Okay. Deceive Worm is now going to be sent to the graveyard. Don't forget about the finger. We got the Purrely Street. When are we negating with Deceive Worm? We can negate any spell or trap. That's a great sign of conflict because they cannot activate the other effect. That's it, as we were saying. Now, Terahertz and... bro, like, didn't we know that this was set? So if we Kurakara tribute the Heat Soul, this is not activatable. But we also know Superfactorial is set. I mean, we're kind of screwed, but we could have maybe been still tried to be less screwed if we could have turned off the conflict before committing with the Lily. That's what I'm thinking. And now you lose the Kurikara for free as it's now sent to the graveyard before sending their cards to the graveyard, but you're still going to lose anyway. Whatever happened this duel, Mathmech was going to win. The only optimal play was to just surrender right away. Let's go. Knowing that you're playing against Purrely, it's good to hold on to the max seed, generally waiting for the quick play activation. Otherwise, they chain the quick play to your max seed. Do you ash Lily? I would say you should not. You should be ashing the My Friend Purrely. That is the choke point. The ideal one, I'd say. Which no longer guarantees the delicious memory. It would have been a 66% chance to make the X Purrely Nor, but it's still not 66% because we then still need to summon a Purrely, which then needs to hit one of the top 3 cards of the deck, which I don't know the math on that. It's probably maybe 80%. You now have 11, you'd have 10 quick play cards, 10 among 30 cards. You reveal the top 3. You tell me what the math is on that. We're gonna sign up mine and get rid of that Nibiru. This is a common turn 1 we're seeing with Purrely. They're ending on happiness, which is not disruption. What is going on? We're going to be dealing with a Max C, though, to equalize the duel, it looks like. Sigma triggering the Circular, Circular grabbing the equation. Surely we're going for that lethal damage. Now, do they have any way to stop lethal damage? The Purrely Street will summon a monster after we deal with the happiness to block an additional attack. But with an Access Code Talker, we could pop the Street, then pop the happiness, then double attack for game. With the effect of Circular being summoned, we're locked into being able to attack with only one monster. We have Terahertz, which cannot perform a double attack. Ooh. What happens here is, it's very interesting, actually. You are going to send to Baboost. You then lose your Baboost, but then you double to 6,000. Now, if you were to become 11,000 attack, and then you Veiler, what do you think its attack value goes down to? It stays at 11,000 because the multiplication boost overwrites the boost of terahertz, thus it doesn't matter when it's negated. But in this situation, it does matter. Does that make sense? Now we have a bunch of golden kappas in the chat. Great. Reduce the attack boost, now becomes 6,000. All right, hopefully what I said was understandable. If the multiplication boosted 11k, it would stay at 11k. We have Guardian, Reborn, Equation, Come Forth and Summon. We're gonna have to turn this into an access code talker, which we can. 2, 3, 4, access code talker, double attack, let's go. Boost it up. We are boosting up to a whopping, how large? 7,300 attack. Oh, Baylor again on the What the veil, mate? Damn. Huh? Set super factorial, that is not good. We got Purrely. Come to me, it is semi-limited in today's event here. Completely whiffing it. And your chance to get a quick play spell off the top of the deck has been reduced because you can only play 2 Delicious Memories. So the consistency through that method of grabbing an additional card did go down a tiny bit. We have Lily adding our Purrely, and we have just Max Seed. This is where the Ash is going to come into play, negating the My Friend Purrely. So what do? Do we further special summon under Max C? We are going into the plump, getting nice and plump. If we could draw one off of the Sleepy, that is something. Whip the Sleepy. Do we Zeus under Max C? Do we? 4 material Zeus is worth it, I would think. No, okay. We'll draw no hand trap. We have Effect Veiler also, so maybe we're okay. Not drawing in a hand trap. I think the new way to play Purrely is you really do want to overload on more hand traps, more Effect Veilers. Leaning in on the Sleepy, drawing into a hand trap, I think is going to be really important. Because you're not ending on X Purrely nor as consistently anymore, so drawing into Veilers will be important. Holding Veiler for the terahertz, holding Veiler for the access code talker. Okay, let's see what we do here. Transcode talker, triggering the link decoder, making sure to not summon it to where the transcode's pointing to, reborn the splash mage, making the terahertz. Hey, maybe like, why is he Veiling before he activates? Well, if he enters the battle phase, you can't Veiler, and then he can just activate in the battle phase. So it's the only opportunity to activate it. So we do have to chain. We do lose that 11,000 attack play. Sending the aggregator. Aggregator can negate the My Friend Purrely from recycling the quick play spells. Okay, that is something. And then we could send a Save Worm from the deck to the great extra deck that is. We have a spell and trap card negate. Save Worm or Ash could negate that. The Save Worm does state that it's not just on the activation of a spell or trap, it's also the effect. Very well done. Kurikara tributing the terahertz, come forth and summon, 3,000 attack, making a happiness. Not looking good for FUGB. Going in, we have 5,000 damage here, grabbing a Sleepy that we can equip onto the happiness, spinning back the super factorial, back to the hand. Discard within the battle. Why not get an extra 100 damage in? We're gonna be searching for the leap. And why did we not equip the Sleepy? I guess we want to equip it with the plump and then with the leap, and then we're gonna draw 4 cards. This is big. Big draw into the X Purrely Nor. And we're gonna take control of your Transcode Talker, which the Ghost Spell is going to negate. Not that it was really adding to any disruption here. This is it. Draw 1, draw 2, draw 3, draw 4. 4 cards drawn in the standby phase. Let's keep on going. No hand trap, no hand trap. Maybe we're gonna draw in a hand trap here. Veiler, Ash, Max C, anything, come to me. The X Purrely Nor is gonna have how many spins here? Triple spin. No hand trap. No, draw 4 into no hand trap. Ghost Spell into Almirage. Now, Subtraction and Almirage can make a Splash Mage, but we already used them up. The G Golem requires 2 Cyber monsters. That's why the Almirage is pretty important here. Almirage also a good way to trigger your Parallel Exceed. G Golem gonna get spun back in the extra deck. And what can you do here? That's it. Purrely wins the duel. Purrely advancing into the top 4 post-ban list. Both decks are post-ban list. Lethal damage. We're rarely seeing the X Purrely Nor, but when it is summoned, it is ending that duel. Good job to both players. Thank you very much. Let's hop into the top 4 right here, right now. Let's do it. Pot of D. Banishing a ton of cards here. Goodbye 10. Did we lose anything important here? Protos is what I'm looking for. Protos is still in. Banishing our Emergence. Come forth token into the Grandmaster. We could chain link block with the Taya, making an Ash not a good play against the Grandmaster, but it would have been used against the Pot of D. We have a Monster Negate plus Imperm Negate. Droll is really good for stopping the lethal play of Happiness because it needs to add cards from the deck to the hand. Ash negating the my friend Purrely. We're hoping that he activates the Grandmaster in some way so that we could Curry Kara, tribute it, special summon. You have triple tactics talent going for that draw 2 into the Droll in Lockbird. We did not draw into a called by to stop it. No more adding. So when we summon Purrely, you could activate it, but you can't add. And we were activating, you know, I don't want to bring this up, but that's kind of illegal cheap. It's like, are you activating on your summon or are you activating the reveal? And then the opponent could have been like, I don't want to negate the activate of adding a card because you're under Droll, but you were actually activating the card in your hand. So you probably want to specify, are we in an open game state or are you activating that on summon, mate? Because you don't activate the reveal as a cost. It activates the same way, either on summon or in the open game state. It looks the same thing. That's what I'm just saying. Beauty's gonna get sucking. If you negate, I negate, you negate. What happened there? Why did we could not negate because the Purrely Street, by the way, making it untargetable. We're gonna call by the grave, target the Curry Kara before, What are we doing here? Oh, we're chain link blocking. Important play. Stop the Beauty from sucking up a card. It makes sense. That is the way. Now, I'm thinking the deck should maybe be playing triple Purrely Leap with how often I'm seeing X Purrely Nor be summoned, which is not often. And we do have the ability to draw 2 cards, or we could draw 1 and have a negate. I do think draw 1 and having a negate is better. Imperm. Well, now it's draw 2. So instead of draw 1 plus negate, we're going to dodge the Imperm, draw right here, draw again. Oh my God. Richmond, come on, man. All right, interesting duel. We are revealing, getting that token, Grandmaster into the Mo Yi, Chainlink blocking, and Ash. You do not have a good Ash play here. Would not be ashing this. So you want to stop draw 1, which is not so good. Summoning a token for the Long Yun. This is where an Ash would have been decent. We're going to burn for 1200, link this off into the Monk of Tenyi. We're going to add Hara, add back the Ashuna, and then we're going to use the Heavenly Dragon Circle Tribute to grab a Protos here. Protos locking us out of Dark. Well, are we screwed or what? If we look at a Purrely deck here, we filter by Purrely, we type in Dark, and we erase the name here, sorted by popularity. Can't summon X Purrely Nor, can't summon Azalea, can't special summon the Lily. But what's more important than Dark is Earth. Light. Light is the one. Happiness is light. Happiness is what they summon turn 2. They're not being able to summon the X Purrely Nor is not that big of a deal. So wiping out your Grandmaster, I'm thinking that I maybe would have destroyed my Grandmaster here instead. Possibly, maybe, but then you got to worry about the X Purrely. It's a difficult decision. But with that said, we have evenly match, banishing everything but the Sinister Sovereign. The Protoss does not need to remain face up on the field in order to continue to be locking them out of Dark special summoning. And it worked out because the evenly match countered the summon of the Happiness anyway. So there goes the lethal play. We're going to be sitting on Beauty, sucking up the Sinister Sovereign. Okay. My friend Purrely, which could have been banished by the Sinister Sovereign, going to be stopped by the Ash anyway. Focus. Now, we have Beauty with a monster negate, and we do not have Draw with the Sleepy. Special summoning the Ashuna, linking it off into the Monk of Tenyi. We have Ashuna special summon from the deck here. We still have our normal summon. What are we doing? We are going to be adding Vashuda with the effect of the Heavenly Dragon Circle. Then we're going to Ashuna summon a level 1 tuner to go into the Grandmaster. Grandmaster ready with a negate, forcing out the, or search. We are searching. Beauty's going to be going in with that negate, negating the Grandmaster. But what do we do here against the My Friend Purrely? We got to spin back the My Friend Purrely because we do not want it to trigger after destroying the monster by battle to add the Delicious and Beauty back to the hand. To battle we go, 1k to the face, and we do not have an Ash nor Call By to stop that Max C. We do have a monster negate plus negate the My Friend Purrely. We do have triple tactics talent, which will be activatable. Grandmaster, negating the ability to turn into an Exceed also as we're activating to add a card off the top of the deck to our hand. Now we got TTT. Do we look at the hand? We're going to attempt to draw 2. Ash being eaten by the TTT. Thus, the My Friend Purrely is good to activate. My Friend Purrely it up. What do we want here? Triple Lily into... It's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing with Lily? We are exceeding with the graveyard, and I mean, isn't that still good? Why are we surrendering? Did we have a plump in the graveyard? Could we have gone into at least suicide with the My Friend? My Friend damage step, add 2 cards in the graveyard back to the hand. He already he already normal summoned. Oh yeah, that's a problem. XC, no Ash, no Called By. Let's speed this up. We're gonna wait for the activation of a quick play to chain that Max C. We had a non-guaranteed way to grab the Delicious 66% after the nerf, and we still were lucky enough to get that Delicious memory. Lily getting plump, and we need 2 Speller Traps into either player's graveyard. Happy is going to be not discarding the Leap. Okay. We'd have to get lucky off of the Purrely to add a card off the top of the deck to then add to the plump, and we are under Max C, so we do not want to make that play. We're going to draw 1 and then draw 2. So, all right, draw again. Very good. We did draw. Okay, we draw into My Friend Purrely. Let's go, let's go. Long Yun, can't veil it. We could spin. We spin the token. Token, be gone. Can't activate Vashuda. Spinning again. Spinning the Long Yun because the Ecclesia being a level 4 tuner would make that level 10 synchro. Mo Yi reveal Vashuda Veiler negate. We still have a... Is this even a good Veiler? Because we still have that level 8 synchro. We're just stopping a token from being summoned. I think we had to Veiler the Baxia. Baxia spin just 1. Mo Yi draw 1. With Taya spin 2. With Mo Yi it spin 1. Pop on ourselves to resummon the Ecclesia, to then summon a Taya, to then summon another Baxia. We do play double Baxia, right? We did see that. Before we make the Baxia, we're going to be special summoning of Vashuda, Shokan into Baxia number 2, spinning the Nor, and, well, the Street is making the Nor untargetable. Which means we screwed up the spins. We should have spun back the Street. Then we spin back the My Friend Purrely and the X Purrely Nor, because this was the double spin. Back into the deck you go. Can he out the towers? Well, this is not a tower. It is nothing. We have Vashuda spin back anyway. And we going in for some direct damage. Ending on no public disruption here. We do have a Hidden Ash and an Impermanence. My Friend Purrely, come to me. We're going for a beauty play. Not happy. Purrely getting negated. Not triggering the triple tactics talent. Are we ashing? Yes, we are. But then we have TTT draw 2. This worked out perfectly for Purrely. If we draw into a quick play, we're good. This is it. Quick play plus anything. Let's go. Draw 2. It's over. Oh, that's it. Do we have a happy in the graveyard for game? Yup. Just like that. Lily into the street, making us untargetable. And he's out of here. Purrely is advancing to the grand finale post-ban list. Let's go. Mathmech versus Scareclaw. Let's speed this on up. Circular Send Sigma. Completely unaffected from everything. It is a towers. It has the ability to spin 2 cards on the field and or in the graveyard back to the hand. We have Firewall, which could spin 2 monsters on the field and or graveyard back to the hand. We have Dark Fluid with double monster negate, so just the field alone is 4 disruptions plus the triple hand trap. Let's go. We gotta do it under max C. Cross out Designate. We don't have a negate for that. We just have lots of spinning. And they are targeted spins. So if you were to make yourself untargetable, there's something like Purrely Street. As a Purrely player, then they lose out on most of their disruptions. Not Dark Fluid negating. You remove a counter, negates, and it negates the activation and does not destroy. Negate Defend Rear, effect to banish here. We're going to be normal summoning the right card, special summoning the right card. Making the dark. We're going to spin the dark back before it attempts to even activate. As, yeah. We're going to be making Scareclaw Cash Terror into the Big Eye. Big Eye's going to take control of the monster, but we get negated. Firewall has already activated. We could spin back with a Singularity. We're going with the negate. Dark Fluid negates. We still have spin back up to 2 monsters on the field and our graveyard. Thrust can be negated by the Ash. And we just have an Ash left. We have already used up our normal summon with the right card. Ending our turn, we go. Spinning back, just like that. Open field, 9,500 damage. Finish off this duel, special summoning the Sigma into the Link Decoder. What the heck are you doing, mate? Thank you very much. To game number 2, we're going. Good old game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. Maxi in the draw phase. We have Ash to negates. And then we have full power Kashtira. We got Birth, normal summon, the Unicorn. What is full power Kashtira? I have not seen it in a long time. Special summon the Unicorn. Wait. I thought we were Scareclaw. We're Scareclaw Kashtira. We're both. 2 decks in 1. So what does a full uninterrupted turn look like? The Twin Saw is very good. So what does this do? Twin Saw states, the more important effect is you banish this card from the graveyard if you control a Tri-Heart, and then for the rest of the turn, neither player can activate the effects of Link monsters on the field. Their entire extra deck is Link monsters mostly, and just for the full turn they cannot activate. But before that, the Twin Saw could pop 2 cards on the field. How do we get around the Twin Saw being activatable in the graveyard? We have to find a way to get rid of the Tri-Heart before the Twin Saw hits the grave. How do we get Twin Saw even in the grave? We have to tribute a Scareclaw monster to get it into the grave. So it looks like we're not going to even have that Link ability of being able to make it so Link monsters cannot activate. Go on with the grave, get banishing. So you may be thinking, what happened to Tri-Heart reborning from the graveyard? You all remember that this has the ability to reborn from the grave and search. It's only a level 3 Scareclaw that it can reborn. It can't reborn any Scareclaw monster. And that's where we got screwed up here. Then we're banishing on the resolution. We have semi-limited Signet mining, Ash negating, and that was enough. We didn't even need the Twin Saw to be activatable. We have Ash, we have Imper. Since we have both, we could use one on the circular if we wanted to, if this were an actual Mathmech deck, which it is not. He's not even trying to search for a diameter here. He's trying to search for our further setup of cards. Just going to be negated. Negate with the... I don't know if Ashing and Alember is a good idea in this against Ignister. So what was he searching that he cared about? What was the big deal? I don't think he was searching diameter. I don't think he's even playing diameter. I think that was just a bait. I think negating the equation, even negating anything with the circular or Alember, is not a good negate. He definitely got baited. Yeah, it's search, sub, or addiction. Yeah, a +1, essentially a nameless extender. You generally don't negate nameless extenders, which is what the equation and the sub or addition is. So what are we saving the imperm for? We could imperm the dark fluid, turning off double monster negate. I think that is a good option. Save for the dark fluid, and that's the way. Transcode, reborn, or should we negate Dark Templar? Dark Templar negate is higher risk, higher reward, which, I mean, it's just so much better to negate that, right? They can't really do anything about it. They're going to be making the infant. You stop summon 3. That's a good negate. Chain link block the dark infant. You don't summon 3. That's devastating. Very well done. A really high risk, high reward negate against Ignister is negating the field spell search, but it's high risk because they could have another copy in the hand. Adding to the hand, a Chi-Chi. G-Golem is here, ready to reborn the transcode talker. Come forth. And we are not done setting up a Gachiri with the Hayari. We need to tribute a monster in order to get it. We're going to be linking this off into Link Decoder to trigger the effect of Singularity to reborn the transcode talker from the grave, to then make a Firewall Dragon. Damn. Even through imperming the Dark Templar, was still able to set up a great field. Now, there is no Gachiri, so it is affected, and the Firewall Dragon could spin 1 monster. The Singularity could spin 2. Yes, 2. 2 cards. Cross out Designate, negate the Maxi. We got plays. We got plays. Rival is more than once per turn. We search for a second copy of Arrival, double arrive. Is it correct to spin back their normal summon? If they have no Scareclaw in the graveyard, right? I feel like that is the correct play. Adding the field spell, most of the time it is, I think so. Idle Reborn, reborning from the graveyard here to give the Firewall Dragon an additional spin. Arrival, arrive, and then we're going to link off again, searching for another field spell, but only 1 is activatable. We do have another spin, our final spin. Field spell, Chain Singularity, spinning back the Light Heart and the hard once per turn activation of the field spell. Thus, we have no more plays. Just like that. Don't call it a Mathmech deck. Ignister is advancing to the grand finale against Purrely. Post-ban list, Diameter limited to 1, Signet Mining semi-limited, Purrely semi-limited, and Delicious semi-limited. Firewall Reborn with the effect of the Singularity. Let's get to it. To the grand finale we go. All right. This is the grand finale. I will repeat myself. We have semi-limited Purrely, semi-limited Delicious Memory. Thus, it's a 66% chance to be added to the hand, no longer guaranteed. We have limited to 1 Diameter, which I don't think that Ignister is even playing, but maybe a bigger reason why we may be preferring Ignister over the Mathmech way of playing Cyburst, and also Signet Mining semi-limited. With that said, let me change the screen to the grand finale. Thank you very much. Hajime. Lily, we do have the Ash for the My Friend Purrely. My Friend Purrely is going to get negated here, and that ends our turn. Curry Card, no good. Purrely Leap, no good. Street, no good. Harpy Feather Duster, no good. Brick, 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 brick. Now, we all know Cyburst is capable of Access Code Talker with Update Jammer, but he doesn't have room for Update Jammer. That's not in the extra deck. So we're going to be looking at a 20-minute turn 2 lethal damage as we probably go through the entire turn 1 combo, as that's going to be lethal damage on its own. Let's go. Addition, get a boost, and get search, and you could write this down if you care about the way to play Ignister the new way. Reborn the Alan Burt, trigger the Wicked, grab the Burrow, a good way to get access to the Ignister when you don't have them in your opening hand. Splash Mage Reborn, say no to the activation of Picari, make the Pegasus. Pegasus could pop the My Friend Purrely here. We're going to be adding with Picari, popping the My Friend Purrely, and then linking this off into a Dark Infant. Searching for our field spell, linking this off into the Transcode Talker. Transcode's going to be reborning the Splash Mage. We are going to be searching for an Achichi, and then we're going to make Dark Templar. Opening up the main monster zone so we could summon that Achichi going into a Dark Templar. Do you have anything to chain link block? We absolutely do not. This is where you chain link block, stopping the Dark Templar from summoning 3. It would only summon 2 instead. We're going to link all that off into a Dark Fluid. Dark Fluid, with the double counter, going to be 7,900 lethal damage over the Lily. Per counter, the Dark Fluid gets boosted. Thank you very much. Is that the quickest way for you to go into lethal, or what? No update, no terahertz, send multiplication. Damn. We got Maxi, we got Ash, so we should be good. This is where we decide right here, right now. Are we going for multiple draws with Sleepy? I do think so. Or we go into a turn 1 X Purrely Nor. Turn 1 X Purrely Nor could be a little bit safer because maybe the opponent's playing a card like Book of Eclipse, which we have been seeing people play in today's tournament. Lots of Book of Eclipses, but we're still going for the draw play instead. Keeping the Leap in the hand, equipping just 1 spell from the graveyard. As you can see, we're not 5 material. We could have discarded the Leap and then gained the 5th material right there. We're feeling spicy, and we don't have a way to stop it. No Book of Moon, no Book of Eclipse. Draw 1, draw 2, draw 3, draw 4. Medium risk, high reward. I say that's worth it. And we draw into no hand traps. We have triple spin with the X Purrely Nor. Even when it spins 1 and is no longer unaffected, it's still untargetable. So we spin back the Picari. If they were to have an impermanence, can't use it on the Nor. We're going to spin back again. Spinning back the circular, stopping the search of an equation on the activation of the Sigma. We have 1 spin left. To battle we go out of frustration, taking out that Purrely. We allow it. End phase, random spin. Goodbye to the Call by the Grave as the Street equips a Pretty Memory, which could suck up the second and final back row card before committing to a play. Double Dead Kurikara. Reveal 3. Come to me, Lily. We're not using the Beauty yet, interestingly enough. We're going to suck up the back row now instead of activating the Harpy Feather Duster. Now we got 2 material, but it's no longer a quick effect, but it needs to turn into a Zeus this turn before it gets spun back into the extra deck. The Purrely Leap in the hand is confirming that we do play more than 1. We got 4 material under the Plump. Equip the Plump with the Purrely Happy Memory, giving us additional attacks into monsters on the field here. Special summoning our Purrely. Is that our final Purrely? It is. We do not have any more regular Purrelys in the deck here. We're going to send the Leap, suck up the Sigma. That's going to be giving us 6 materials here. We're going to equip, giving us 7 materials here. We're going for a massive X Purrely happiness here. How big? Or not? We're not? Huh? Do we not have it? We're going into a regular happiness. You do have it. Let's go. X Purrely Happiness, boosted up to 7,300 attack. On the attack, burn for 15, hit for 73, and then lethal with happiness. Very well done. Circular Send, Sigma, hit him with that Max C, negate with the Ash. And this should still be interesting. The Ash can't stop him from getting 2 bodies on the field, and with 2 bodies on the field, you could Terahertz if you were a regular Mathmech deck, which we are not. So when do we Ash? Negate the Alimbert? Alimbert is going to be detaching, searching just for a subtraction or addition. This is not a diameter search. I don't think we're even playing it. We are not. Diameter is a normal summon. We don't have room for a normal summon in Ignister. I think some people may be playing it though. Equation Reborn, Splash Mage it up. Where are we going from here? Reborn, Circular, Link Decoder into the Transcode Talker, Reborn the Link Decoder. Okay. Reborn the Splash Mage. So this is important to note that this is just, if you can make a Splash Mage, you can make this field. An untargetable Heat Soul, drawing a card every single turn, also boosted, plus 500, 33. We do have double Max C. We did not draw into another hand trap. We have Book of Eclipse, which I've been talking about it. So that Purrely leap play was risky. Grabbing the pretty memory. Activate pretty, chain the Max C. Okay. This time our Max C resolves, so it looks like we're gonna win. Come forth and summon the Lily. Lily, grab the My Friend. My Friend is ready. We could activate Book of Eclipse on the activation of the Lily, but it's better to activate the Purrely first. We're going into an assembled Nighting Blue, which can be flipped face down by the Book of Eclipse. You're not going to Zeus the field. You're not going to attack directly. You're going to get flipped back up from the Book of Eclipse, then become indestructible and take no battle damage for this turn. Thus, we're guaranteed another turn. This is not good for Ignister. Ignister has to set up the best possible. We have to pretend like this is turn 1 again. You have to just set up an amazing field. A ton of disruptions. We have to survive next turn. And it being turn 3 means the timer's got to be kind of midway or maybe even low. So this turn is actually going to require some thought. We have a G Golem. We are going to be triggering the effect of the Firewall, special summon a Cyburst from the hand, sending a good Cheerio from the deck to the grave. I'm hoping we don't have a deck out here. Please no deck out. Reborning the Heat Soul. What do we do? All we know is to lethal. If we can't lethal and it's beyond turn 1 and 2, we got to get thinking. Singularity is here, ready to spin up to 2 cards on the field into graveyards, or not graveyards, but just the field back to the hand. Making the Dark Fluid. This is once per turn. Because a card was pointing to left the field, or I should say went to the graveyard, we could reborn a monster from the graveyard, which will be our Firewall Dragon. Pretty good fields. Dark Fluid with just a single negate because we haven't summoned the Pegasus. We also didn't set up a Gachiri. Wait, did we? Did Gachiri get set up on the Singularity? I'm forgetting. But what we have here is spin 1 monster, spin 1 card, and negate 1 monster. Let's go. Triple disruption, triple public disruption. That's going to be our monster negate. Now, the negate does not banish, it doesn't destroy, it doesn't spin back to the hand, it just negates. My Friend Purrely reveal 3. Droll and Lockbird will lock him out of being able to lethal. But we didn't Droll. Because if we Droll, we can't Max C. We're choosing Max C over the Droll. Is that the correct play? I mean, if you just want to survive, you Droll, because they're not going to be able to happiness. And you can't Droll in the damage step when they are triggering the effect of adding. So this is going to potentially get really dangerous here as we use the Firewall to spin back the Lily. We have 1 more disruption left, banishing the Purrely from the graveyard to negate the Purrely on the fields. We have Singularity, the only card activatable to spin 1 card back. Spinning back the Lily before it activates, I don't agree with that. Anima is gonna suck up the Singularity. Come to me, 3,500 attack, taking out the Firewall Dragon. We're still grinding? Can we lethal damage? We have 7 cards left in the extra deck. We still have an Access Code Talker play. We're running out of cards here. We don't have G Golem to reborn the Transcode Talker. We have Splash Mage. Sigma reborning. The Chi-Chi gets searching. Do not time out. Dark Infant, come to me. I mean, we have nothing. We just have Anima, 3,500, but 9,000 life. How can we deal 9,000 damage? We can't afford to activate a circular because we'd only be able to attack with one monster this turn. Come forth in Shokan, access code Talker. That's not game. That's 7,300 damage. Did we just target the wrong? No, we had Splash Mage. We didn't have a Link 3. 73 versus 9K. Did we pop the Link, the equip first? Okay. Wiping out the field completely. It's protected the first time it would be destroyed, but destroy it again. Taking out the My Friend. Huh? Is he running out of time? He couldn't even afford to attack? Did I miss something? Why couldn't he attack? He's running out of time. He could not afford to attack. Lily getting ashed. He's just like, I gotta negate the first thing. He just gained 20 seconds at the start of the turn. It's time. He's low on time. He's probably 21 seconds. Lily into Plump. Plump with Delicious can equip a Pretty. Pretty could suck up a card on the field, becoming a 5th material, gaining the access code Talker, making the X Purrely Happiness. X Purrely Happiness sucking up the Dark Fluid. Open field 4,600, lethal damage 1,500. Oh my Jesus. An amazing match from both players. Thank you very much. Purrely versus Ignister. Purrely, after getting nerfed by the ban list, winning the tournament. We were abiding by the new ban list. I know a lot of other tournaments are not doing that. I like applying the ban list right away on announcement. No changes, just like that, with just 2 Delicious and 2 Purrely. OGBG wins it all. Meta Weekly 88 every single week, 133 participants. What are the deck lists looking like here? Wow, a really diverse meta. Will the new pack screw this up? Double Stun, double Purrely, double Kashtira. This is with the new ban list, post-ban list, with the Purrely hits and the Mathmech hits. And here, if you wanted to click on the decks like that for yourself, if you're reading the article, let's zoom on down to the bottom. Let's do it. Starting off with April. 40 card branded Despia, looking nice. We got thrust the branded fusion into the hand if we wanted to, going second. Very well done. Good job, April. Moving on, we have whatever with the 40 card Floowandereeze. We are using Chinook to negate a monster on the field and also the barrier statue of the Torrent. Interesting. Okay. Also have a Dark Samorg. What are you doing? Very well done. Good job, whatever. And then we have 9 in with the 40 card Kashtira, pure Kashtira, making it to the top 16. Good job to you, my friend. We've been seeing the deck brick a lot. We have Basho 8 with the 41 cards. Purrely with the semi-limit is still good. It's still clapping. Yeah, even without the Purrely Nor. And then we have Foxhound, another Kashtira deck in the top 16. Double Pathfinder for both players there. Very nice. Let's keep on going. We then have Jax Leo making an epic return, 60 card deck. Not able to play Rongo anymore, but that is okay. Looking good. Only one grass looking green. And as I said, the triple tactics thrust, helping you get that grass for going second. That is very nice. Moving on, we have Haft Cookie with Stun. Stun with the Golgonda sending the fusion monsters to the graveyard to protect your fields. It's a really nice touch. I like that idea a lot. What's really interesting about this deck, besides the time-tearing Morganite newly being released, making this deck much better, drawing 2 cards and 2 summons per turn, is that more than one stun deck made it into the top 16. You with the same strategy. Ahmed RS with the Ignister deck. Is Ignister better than Mathmech? Well, it looks to be the case in today's tournament. and some other tournaments also. So expect to see that on the tier list soon, post-ban list, as every other community tournament starts abiding by post-ban list. Moving on, we have FUGB with Mathmech, who would like to say otherwise, using Firewall Defensor in the Mathmech with multiplication and the microcoder. Very cool. Search for the conflict, send it to the graveyard, and then reborn it with the Splash Mage. Good job. And then we have Boss with Vanquish, Soul, Kashtira. Interesting way to play the deck. I do want, I should be playing more Vanquish Soul, and I think this is enough spice for making me want to play more of the deck. Thank you, Boss. And then Diug. Wait, what is going on? A lot of people are just like playing the same decks today. We have 2 Floowandereezers with 2 Chinooks. We have 2 stun players with the Golgondo. What is going on? It's like a tag tournament today. Good job to you. Yeah, good job. Very well done. Chinook's a new thing or what? Arc with the Golgonda. And it's not the same deck list that we saw earlier. We have the Wall of Revealing Light. Some people are playing Synchro Zone, something like that. It says only Synchro monsters can attack instead of playing something like this. Okay, good job, Arc. And then we have Swordsoul 41 card deck. Anything too crazy here? I don't see it. And then we have top 4, L4N. This is our Scareclaw, also Kashtira. There's no Theosis. When I don't see Theosis, I hesitate to call it, it's still enough Kashtira, I'd say. We got Unicorn. It actually is surprising me that, no Rise Heart, no Theosis, okay, but plain Unicorn. And then we have second place, 40 card clean. No diameter, triple Book of Eclipse. Ready for the Kashtira, ready for the Purrely leap on your own turn. Flip them down so they don't summon the X Purrely nor. Double Signet Mining, we do not care. We have 2 red reboot. What happened to Labyrinth today? Labyrinth just got knocked out before the top 16. And then here is the wonderful extra deck. And then the deck that got hit the most significantly by the ban list, I'd say, Purrely winning the whole damn thing. And the deck has unreleased support that's going to make it even better. Not just better, but much better. Triple leap, that's the way. Good job, OGBG, with the missing Purrely Exceed. With the deck, again, just going to be much better very soon. And with that said, thank you very much for watching the video. We are out.